Cool. Well, I think you're the only one in here so far. If you don't have one of these, I think you're going to want one. If I could, I would replace all of my rotaries with these Talons. Of course, I could switch them between machines. It's one of my pet peeves is moving these rotaries and have to line them back up, but this one was worth it. So I think I'm actually going to keep it on my UV, and I'll show why. What's up, Jason? Thanks for coming in. This thing is going to be perfect for my UV. I do a lot of different glass stuff, which I'll talk about and I'll show. Just trying to wait. Got like 2 people in here. Steve and Jason, maybe. 3. I know there were some guys earlier today messaging me and very interested in this Talon and actually wanted me to do a live or do a video for them. It's just as easy to do a live. I think this rotary is impressive, and I think a lot of people are going to want one. Yeah, so Steve, this Talon can actually be used on all the galvos and CO2 gantries. And he's got different setups for like the Thunder, Aeon. He's thought of everything, really. When I say he, from now on, when I say Jason tonight, it's Jason Reif. He is the owner of JER Custom Designs and RotoBoss. So when I say Jason, that's who I'm talking about. But he's literally thought of everything for these different machines. Yeah, I actually prefer mine on the left, and it was simple to do. I was going to explain that too. I started a test and didn't realize that when you turn those around, you have to reverse the rotary in the rotary setup, or it mirrors it, which was no big deal. It's a toggle switch. So I need to remember that when I use the UV, reverse the rotary. And then if I'm doing the same design or file on the fiber or CO2 galvo, I need to turn that off. Yes. Jason's got quite a lineup of different rotaries for different lasers. And I went to his website after I got this to look around, and it's rotaryattachments.com. And you'll see all these different rotaries. And yeah, it's just, I did an initial video when I got it. I haven't done anything video wise yet until now. So, I mean, I see Jason and Steve in here, but I guess I'll go ahead and start. I'll be able to post this later on my different socials, so it's not going to hurt anything to start. As you can see, when we line our rotaries up to make sure that it's square to the bed, I always use this Phillips. And in a regular 3-chuck rotary, it cinches in the middle. It does the same thing here. And this is one of the impressive things that I like, is this one-handed, very smooth, very quiet wheel. And you can cinch it and extend it that simple. So when that's in there, initially setting it up or after moving it, now you can get your line, get it squared up, and you're done. So before going to all the different glasswares and this main part of the forejaw, here on the side, you can switch which side you want these knobs on. And this is a thumb knob so that you can angle it and get your material level. Very easy to do. It will also go vertical, like the D80 here, for jigs. It's very, very simple. You don't have to have all these little Allen wrenches, 2 spots to loosen up. Hang on to this thing while you tighten these up with an Allen wrench. It's simply a thumb knob. You get it level, tighten it down, and you're good to go. If you wanted this mounted on the other side, it comes that way. The knobs were over here, and you just mount it on this side. Like I said, I like mine over here on all my galvos. So it was very easy to take these 2 out, undo 2 bolts right here, 1 over here, and then switch this bracket, and you can put the knobs on whatever side you want. Now, when you do this, like I was saying a while ago, since they came on the other side, meant to be mounted over here, when you change these and mount on the left, you have to check reverse rotary in the rotary setup. Not a big deal. Now, this is a locking mechanism, and there's several slots so that when you go to tighten this down and get it tight, you can literally turn it with your thumb or with your finger. I guess you would push it down here. So you can use your finger or you can use your thumb. That's it. See how smooth that opens? Now with the D80, we all know you got to use a chuck key. It's very slow. Now, I have this mounted on my 5-watt UV. And the main reason is these rubber feet on glassware. And it has 4 feet here to apply equal pressure on glass. Before I got this, I was putting a rubber band on these so that it wasn't metal on glass. And as I tightened out or expanded, I broke a lot of glass. I haven't broken anything on this. Now, on the face of it, there's 7 threaded holes on here. And these rubber feet simply screw out, and you can move them to wherever you want for the size material. And I'm going to show you real quick. There's 3 ways that I can take this shot glass and I can mount it on here 3 different ways. So wrong way. Now here on the top, Jason actually has open pointing this way. So if you pull it this way, it opens the jaws. It's kind of dummy proof, which I just messed up. So anyway, on this shot glass, if you want to put it on the inside and expand it out and just barely tighten it, it's on there. And then I would level it out with this knob. So it's mounted on the inside, expand it out. If I wanted to change that and squeeze it, again, one-handed, the rim of the glass goes against the face of this on all of these, and there it's mounted. Another way, flip the glass around. I'll wind this back in. Again, it's on the face. And that's the third way that it can be mounted. So just this one shot glass, one-handed, very simple and smooth, can be mounted 3 different ways. Same with this bottle. I have about 50 of these. And for me to expand out, I would just move these rubber feet out, probably 2 on each one of these. And then it would squeeze back together. But since it's here, without me moving these, I can do the same thing as I did with the shot glass. And one-handed, tighten that up. One-handed, level it out, cinch it down, and you're done. Now, if you really wanted to tighten it down, you could push this down and lock it, and then cinch it some more. But with these rubber feet, you don't have to worry about this glass on metal, and it's applying equal pressure on 4 sides. So that's perfect. Or I could turn it around and grab it from this side. I do a lot of bourbon glasses. So if I extend that out, go on the inside, one-handed, cinch it up, done. You really don't have to cinch it very hard. The rubber kind of collapses since it's soft, and you don't have the fear of breaking your glass. Now, there's shorter ones. There's some that are a little bit longer and fatter. And then there's some that are even longer than that are skinnier. And I'll show you what these are here in a second. So on these long, skinny ones, this single rotary acts as a D60 for rings, D80, D100, and even bigger. And I'll show you with these extensions. But with these longer rubber, you can take this screw out and you'll have this rod exposed with the rubber off. You put that in wherever you want, and then you can use those metal rods for your ring fingers. So simply just take the rubber off, screw it in where you need it, tighten it down probably towards the middle, and now you've got a rotary to engrave rings. Inscriptions as well as the outside. And you would tilt slightly, one-handed, for the inscription. These are extensions, and each one has 4 threaded holes, 3 non-threaded holes. And it comes with little thumb screws that go in the non-threaded holes. Jason has shown that you can do dog bowls, for example, on this rotary. And I'll put it in the second to last threaded screw here. And before I do that, I'm going to show you on the back, there's a indexed edge. And what that does is when it goes over the face of this and using only one screw, it keeps it from turning to the side, which is nice. You don't have to have two screws to hold that straight. It just takes one since it's indexed on the back. So let me put it on the bottom, second to the top, and I'll screw these in real quick. Just to show you how big this thing can expand. So then I'll take another rubber foot, put it on the very top one. You don't even have to take these off. It can stay on there. Now I'm moving from a maxed out normal rotary as far as it'll go. And I'm going to extend these. See, these aren't turning because they're indexed. And you'll see just how big this thing gets. I mean, that's pretty big. This one's on the outside. So I don't even have it on the very top one for this, but you'll get the point. And by doing it this way, say you had a dog bowl, now you've got this huge round that you can put over these rubber feet to expand out, and the lip or rim would sit up flat against this aluminum. So it gives you a stopping point for a very large object. Let me grab a tape measure, and this isn't even all the way out to, so where it is right now, that's a 9-inch diameter that you can fit on here simply by adding the extensions. And again, you can wind it down. You don't even have to take these off. And then when you're done, you just take these back off and you're right back to what you were doing. Now to barely expand from the original, you would take these smaller ones off and then maybe move these down halfway to get you just a little bit bigger. Depends on your material. So these extensions can be for something barely bigger than a 40-ounce tumbler up to a certain size dog bowl, which I think is very cool. You don't have to buy an extension for a 3-chuck rotary, to get your 40-ounce and bigger. This is a D80, so it won't fit a 40-ounce. You would have to buy an extension to go on it just for a 40-ounce, and then another extension for something this big, and I don't think you'll even find something unless it's made by 3D printing or something. So these can easily be moved out. I'll go to the second to the last. These can be moved anywhere. And you can use the fat ones if you want. The longer ones on this, It will hold large bottles with this. The other thing I want to mention is on the D60, 80, and 100, using this chuck key, one thing that always bothered me was when I'm trying to extend this out and these things fall out, and then they have to go back in a certain order, 1, 2, and 3. On this, they don't come out. They stay in. Also, on this one, to expand, you have to have one set. To squeeze in, you have to have a different set. So you have to change those out depending on what you're wanting to do. This takes care of both ways with one hand. You don't have any of that. I think I just extended that out. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger to show you something else. And forgive me, I haven't been looking at the comments or anything. My laptop's behind me. I will pause here and look at those. So whether it's a koozie, you can expand it from inside, or you can squeeze it from the out. That simple. Tilt it, get it level, you're ready to go. Unlock it, done. You can take a soda can, same thing. You can squeeze as hard as you want, and it's on there. Just simple stuff like that. Pint glass. You want to squeeze it from the inside. Again, your lip is going against that aluminum as a stopping point. You're getting equal pressure with rubber feet on glass instead of metal. It's on there. That easy. You don't even have to lock this down and cinch it as hard as you can. It just takes a little bit of squeeze and you can feel it. The rubber kind of holds, the glass from sliding. And again, the equal pressure. 20-ounce tumbler, no problem. That's it. Now, we all know time is money, so when you're changing this stuff out that fast, it's going to be worth it. Now, the D100, the next size bigger on this, is used for the 40-ounce. I'm to the second to the last hole on this without going to the extension. Again, the rim is sitting right there at a stopping point. You've got plenty of clearance. It's holding it even with that weight. It's not even locked down and cinched real hard. Done. Now, when you're moving the bourbon bottles, I haven't done any yet. I will be coming up, so maybe I'll do another video. RotoBoss does have an extension kit to this with rollers on it to kind of support this other end and keep it level with the weight if the bottle's full. So you can check that out again on their website, rotaryattachments.com. Let's see. The base down here mounts to your galvo table, also to CO2 fixture. There's a height extension, 3 holes down here, 3 holes on the top, and then you have 3 holes on the main component. So you can really raise this up. If you needed it up here higher for whatever reason, you could probably get a Z table, bolt that down so it doesn't move, and then bolt this to your Z table, and you can have it clear up here if you have, an 800 millimeter tower or risers or whatever. But I'm blown away with the ease of use with this one-handed tightening and loosening. Like I said, now this is too small now, but bourbon glasses, I do a lot of them, and I don't want to lose any more to breaking and cracking. You can feel the tension on that. That's plenty tight. The rubber's going to keep it from sliding. You can tilt it, if you have wine glasses, it'll tilt down for the angle of the top. So it's very easy to use. All right. I'm going to look at the comments and see if Jason wants me to answer anything. Oh, yeah, he's been answering questions. Yeah, so Jason, I'm if you can't tell, I'm blown away, more than happy with this rotary. And I was telling Steve earlier that if I could, I would have one of these for my other two galvos. I actually have a 200 watt MOPA on the way. And I didn't have to order a rotary for it because I already have this one from removing it from my UV. This one is perfect for my UV. I probably won't use it on the other ones, mainly because of the rubber. And I talked to you before. I got tired of using rubber bands, this stuff falling out, still too much pressure. I was breaking and they were falling off. I haven't had any problems with this, and just super impressed that you can move from a shot glass to a bourbon glass with the same feet settings quick. I mean, it's simply expanded out and you're moving on to another different sized material. So I haven't used the ring part of it yet. I wasn't aware of that. Now that I am, I will. I normally used mandrels, I think is what they're called. I have 3 different sizes where the ring slides on based on the notch size into a regular rotary 3-jaw chuck. And I wasn't able to do an inscription with that mandrel. With this, I will. So cool feature. Great feature on the extension with the index on the back. I can't believe how big this thing can get. 9 or 10 inches probably. And even at that size, it clears your bed with your height extension where you don't have to bring it up, on a Z table. Again, guys, these work in CO2 gantries, all your galvos. Check out his website. There's different attachments, mounts. I believe the Talon Pro will be coming out soon. maybe Jason can, I just keep saying that it's coming out soon. I'm not sure when exactly, what the date is, but keep an eye on their website. You'll see it on Facebook. He has partnered with Pascal and the laser company, which is great news. Like to see everybody winning. Anybody have any questions that you might have I didn't cover? I don't know. This is a huge upgrade for glass. If you have a UV or do glass on the CO2, some people do it on a fiber as well. This is perfect. I can't say that enough. Again, you can have it on any side. You can make it go vertical, for your other jigs. It's this and much, much more. I don't want to just keep rambling on. I know everybody has stuff to do. And if you're interested, check out the comments. Jason's providing information in here. And I thank everybody for joining in, watching. And if you have any other questions for me, you know how to get a hold of me. Jason's available. Or you can check out his website. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night. And there we go. 15th of October. Oh. Okay. I appreciate your guys' time. And everybody keep lasering. Good luck and good night.